need a rattler.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is officially Super Bowl Sunday, where tonight it will be the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs in an Andy Reid Super Bowl, the Kelsey Bowl, wherever you want to say. It should be a great game. Unfortunately, every other team in the NFL, especially our beloved Pittsburgh Steelers, will be watching from the couch. And it's been it's another year where we haven't made it back to the big game, man. And honestly, as you guys know, that is the Steelers standard. That is our standard to get back to there at some point soon, because we haven't been back in what has it been now? 10, almost 15 years now?
Something like that.
It's been a minute.
Going on 15.
And I know I might sound spoiled when I say that, but seeing the caliber of team and the reputation that this team holds and the standard that we hope that they reach, you know, today we're going to talk about how they can get back to the big game, how they can get back to the Super Bowl.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we all want.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, Stairway to 7, how many years have we been saying that?
Yeah, seems like a broken record every year we say that.
Unfortunately, but...
Now, I will say this before we get into any discussion. I am not expecting no Super Bowl-bound team anytime soon, but we're still going to talk about what is necessary for us to get back there, because that is the goal, isn't it?
Of course.
Hey, shout out to Uncle Howdy for the, I think, 3 months now.
Yeah.
STN Plus.
Shout out to Uncle Howdy. Appreciate it, man, for the
Thank you, my
STN
brother.
Plus membership.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're also going to talk about a couple other things revolving around some Steelers news, some Steelers rumors, as free agency is creeping up, as tonight is actually, as depressing as it will sound, the last game of the NFL season until August. Now, we do have some spring leagues to watch, but last year I couldn't get into it. Maybe that fire will be rejuvenated next month when the XFL comes around, but we'll
I give it 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I give it 2 weeks.
Or is it the USFL?
USFL.
USFL, yeah, with the Pittsburgh Maulers, where they just changed.
No, I think the XFL's back.
Is it back this year or?
I believe it's back this year.
Yeah, it's back this year.
Okay, so
You know, Martavis Bryant's playing for the Vipers.
I know he is. He's with Roddy Woodson.
Yes, he is.
Now I'm gonna support my boy Hines Ward in San Antonio.
No, that's fine. You know, he's your favorite Steeler.
Exactly.
I'll support, you know, whatever I want to support. I don't even know.
Super Bowl caliber players, man, coaching spring leagues. How about that? But before we get into any actual discussion, man, as you guys know, the weekly predictions, we had guests on from the Discord chat. We do that every year. Might mix something up for next year just to try something. I don't know. But today we are going to announce the winner of the Cam Hayward signed jersey. We already have the list up, and we're going to announce it at some point in this live stream, probably midway through. And some lucky member of the Discord chat will get a Cam Hayward signed jersey today. And good luck to each and every one of you. And thanks to everyone that joined us for the weekly predictions this year. Can't wait to do it again next year for sure. As well as, Justin, I'll hand it to you. You want to announce something?
Yeah, man. The Steel City Podcast Network, which is our own network of podcasts, which officially launched last week, technically.
Yes.
But the long-term plan is bringing some other creators in probably around August, and the official website will be up around June.
Yes.
But we're going to get started with 3 podcasts, Good Steelers Morning, the SteelTwins podcast, and another podcast which we got to figure out.
We have to finalize the name, but the first episode will come out this Friday.
Which we announced originally was the standard until we found out the Steelers kind of...
Yeah, they kind of hold that. And we don't want to run into no copyright issues or nothing like that. We don't want to step on no toes.
Just confusion.
Exactly.
So we might call it something similar, but we don't know yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, Steel City Podcasts, it's the biggest announcement we had sitting for about a month now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we're excited about it. It's an actual network with Spotify. And again, we're going to probably bring some other creators into the fold.
Mm-hmm.
and it'll give some opportunities to other channels and other Steelers creators. Not just Steelers, actually. I should correct myself. Penguins, Pirates, pretty much anything Pittsburgh sports.
Exactly.
Is going to be welcome on that network. Now, obviously, we're not going to just bring anybody in, but we have a few people in mind that we're going to reach out to later this year.
Absolutely. We already have a great vision in mind, and I'm excited, man, for the potential of what we have here. So
Exactly.
It should be fun. But let's get into the topic of today's discussion, man. How can the Steelers make it back to a Super Bowl? And in my personal opinion, it comes down to three things.
Somebody in chat said Pirates with the laughing emojis.
Listen, there's nothing fun about the Pirates.
I just completely threw Dan off. I'm laughing quietly.
McCutcheon's back. That's fun, but come on. As long as Nutting is in office, come on.
Well, we'll bring some Pirates creators in as well.
Yes, absolutely. But how can the Steelers make it back to the Super Bowl, man? I'm gonna bring it down to three things, which is it's not basic three things, but number one, most importantly, I think a lot of us can agree, is the Steelers have to change their coaching ways. Now, what does that exactly mean? Now, a month ago, in my opinion, that meant, well, they gotta stop with the in-house promotions. They gotta go out and surf for some outside sources. They gotta replace Matt Canada and company. Obviously, that's not happening, and Canada's returning, so there's no point in crying about it. That's what the regular season's for. We have a couple months to get ready for all that.
Yeah.
What that means now is the Steelers must get out their own way. They have got to change the way they do business, meaning Matt Canada and company have to improve themselves. They have to scheme a better passing game. They have to be more aggressive. They can't go in next year with the same story.
No.
Otherwise, it's going to be the same season from last year, which I feel like I've been saying that for how many years now? Because honestly, seeing what the Steelers have done via the coaching staff, under Tomlin, under the in-house promotions, under just being lazy, it has won us absolutely nothing. And
the only thing it's won us is winning seasons.
But that's the new standard for some reason, which we all don't agree with. We do not agree with that.
Not at all.
They have got to change the way that they just coach. That had a different meaning a month ago, but now that has a new meaning, meaning they just have to do better themselves.
Yeah.
The coaching has absolutely failed the Steelers for how many years now? How many teams, how many years did we have Super Bowl caliber teams? And
let's look back at 2017, man.
Yeah.
That was the, in my opinion, that was the best chance for the Steelers to get back to a Super Bowl.
And what happened?
We lost in a shootout to Blake Bortles and the Jacksonville Jaguars
at home.
Heinz Field.
One and done.
And 2020 was their last chance, and they completely fell apart in the later part of the season.
Another one and done where we got blown out by the Browns of all teams in our own house.
And Baker Mayfield, who's a free agent, going to be.
Yeah.
I remember predicting that. If you guys remember, I think it was the was it Steelers country when I was running that?
I think
it was.
so, yeah.
At the time, yeah.
Yeah, I put up an article. I think it was the Vikings game.
Yeah.
And I said, get ready. Here comes the collapse. And sure enough.
Yep.
But I take no pride
See,
in it.
I was actually very optimistic about that game.
I remember, yeah.
Because of the history we had against the Browns and the potential that team had.
Well, let's not forget the last game. Let's not forget the last game of the season when Mason was in. The team was actually pretty competitive in Cleveland.
Yes,
in a losing effort, but they were competitive.
But
and we all thought, our starters are going to be in this time. And Stefanski, he's not coaching because he had COVID that time.
But that is when it really opened my mind of what the Steelers are doing and what they have been doing and how it's led to literally nothing. And I don't count non-losing seasons as an achievement. That is a participation trophy. And I'm like James Harrison. I don't want no part of it. I don't.
Hey, welcome J&J Gaming and Fun to STN.
Shout out to
Hey,
J&J
appreciate
Gaming,
it,
man.
man.
Appreciate it.
New member alert, man.
Thank you.
He even put a comment in the chat that says, no way we aren't making the Super Bowl next year and win it. No, we're not saying that.
No.
No.
We're saying, how do we get back to
Yeah,
that caliber?
how do we get back to it? We're not saying, no. I was that fan. I was. And if you still are, then God bless you. But this team, this coaching staff is not Super Bowl bound for a couple years.
No.
And I'm going to say it right now, and I hope I'm proven wrong. We are not winning a Super Bowl under Mike Tomlin. We're not. But this is why the discussion is the Steelers have to change their coaching ways. But I'm really holding on to small optimism with that because I don't trust Canada. Tomlin has shown me nothing to improve on anything, which is why he's bringing Canada back. I don't trust the coaching staff. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest hoop that we got to jump through. That's the biggest hurdle for the Steelers.
And the Steelers just can't seem to jump through it or over it because they've done it for many years, to which, yes, in the past, it's led us to championships. But that was back in the day.
Yes.
It's been 15 years since we last won a Super Bowl, 13 since we last made it.
Yep.
And the game's completely changed throughout that time. It's a completely different era. It's a completely different game of football nowadays.
Which brings us to our next point, man. Point 2 of 3 of how can the Steelers make it back to Super Bowl. You have to fix the O-line. And we're not going to stop saying it. We're not. In fact, that first mock is coming out this week. I know a lot of you guys have been saying, when's the first mock of the season? It's coming out this week.
So stay tuned for that. But the offensive line needs to be revamped. Specifically the left side.
Yes, you have to fix the line.
The middle and the right side seem to be stable enough. Mason Cole, he did very well. James Daniels stepped up big time throughout the regular season. Chuck's dependable right tackle. But the left side is a freaking disgrace.
It's terrible. Dotson and Moore should not return, and if they do, they should be bench warmers. They should be on the bench. They should be backups. They have to be. You cannot go into next season believing that they're going to continue to improve. They're not. They haven't improved enough yet. And just because they're holding on to any improvement from last year or the fact that they're just now getting a permanent offensive line coach or that they're really starting to understand his scheme and his system and the way he teaches.
Or the fact that, they're dependable starters, quote unquote, and they played every offensive snap throughout the whole season. That doesn't mean keep them.
Now, I gotta play devil's advocate, man.
What?
I agree. I almost agree with Miss Pittsburgh. She says anything can happen in the NFL. And I only say that, and I know you're looking at me because privately, I'm on your page.
Yeah.
Right? And I've been that way publicly as well. However, I remember back when we won Super Bowl XL.
Yeah.
Going into the playoffs, my mindset, if I'm being completely honest, was we're the 6th seed. And considering how much we lost under Cowher,
yeah,
I remember, because I was in high school when that happened. No, I was actually just out of high school. I remember being, very doubtful.
Yeah.
And then I watched them go 1 week, then they go, and then next thing you know, we're playing the Broncos.
Yeah.
And we crush them. And here we go. We're going to Detroit.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. I agree with you. I don't believe in Canada too much, but I'm hoping he can prove us wrong.
Yes.
At the end of the day, that's what we want.
Anything is possible in the NFL. I mean, we've been...
It is, and I agree with her. That's the only reason I disrupted is because I really wanted to...
Yeah.
Kind of, push back a little.
I mean, that statement's been proven how many times just the past 2 years alone.
Yeah.
It's been crazy.
And listen, I have eaten my words too many times with this team.
We all have.
Where I've doubted them, and they've showed out. They have surprised me. I hope they do it again. That's all I wish for.
They've surprised us in both ways. Too.
Yes.
Good and bad.
Yes. That's the life of a Steelers fan, man. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah.
But I just don't see how this team from last year, running it all back, I don't see how that's a recipe for success. I don't. It's bad enough they're doing it with the coaching staff, but doing it with the line, that cannot happen. That can't.
It really does come down to what they do this offseason.
Yeah. And
it's going to be a big offseason. We discussed off camera, how big of an important offseason it's going to be for Omar Khan in his first offseason as the Steelers' new GM. Yep. Andy Weidel, who's our first assistant general manager in history.
I am so optimistic with those two working their magic. I am.
Dude, it's a big situation that isn't being talked about enough.
Yeah.
A guy that literally formed the team that's playing today
mm-hmm.
against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Weidel didn't draft the players, but he built the draft board.
Exactly.
And look, most of the Eagles roster today are homegrown talents.
Yeah.
Majority, yeah.
Especially that offensive line of theirs.
Yes. Build the line. Listen to Weidel. You have to. There's a reason you signed him. There's a reason you hired him.
And I think it's a great hire, and I hope he's around for a while.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
And that also leads to our third and final point, man. You have to fix the holes on defense, which is most importantly defensive line and middle linebacker.
Yes. Some people would say corner, but
because we don't have a number one corner.
Right. But you can address that. The cornerback class in the draft is pretty deep this year, thankfully.
Yeah. It is very deep, and that's a good problem for the Steelers.
Yes.
But defensive line, middle linebacker, most importantly. I know Rob's been vocal about wanting to make a couple splash in free agency at those particular positions.
Specifically, yes, defensive tackle and linebacker.
Not just because it's a necessity, but it'll add flexibility for the draft.
Because there are other positions, and I'm speaking depth-wise, that the Steelers have to take care of. Mm-hmm. They could address that in the draft, because I feel like in free agency, especially when Kevin Colbert was around, he kind of he signed and he grabbed mid guys in free agency, and look at them now. They never stayed.
No.
They never really did anything as far as, depth went. I feel like with Andy Weidel now in company, and you look at how he helped the Eagles with their depth and how dependable they still are with his draft prospects and his draft board.
Yeah. The Eagles are so stacked, and they can thank Weidel for his brilliant scouting,
But
man.
in free agency, I feel like defensive tackle. Now, this is just me personally. You guys may have a different opinion, a different perspective, but defensive tackle and linebacker, I feel like got to be addressed primarily in free agency.
Yes, couldn't agree more. Now, they are going to run into a cap issue. In fact, I read somewhere where they only sit currently right now at $1.7 million in the cap. But that is before cuts and restructures, which you can already expect from Omar Khan and company. We made a couple articles on the Steel Yunders website where we addressed that and brought up a couple names that could take some restructures, that could be cap casualties. One of the names we'll talk about today because he's a topic of discussion. But I trust Khan to get us out this corner again because he's always done it.
Yeah.
But with that, they have to fill the holes via the draft, via free agency, and from a roster aspect, I'm very comfortable. I trust the front office to build the roster and retain the roster. But again, it just really comes down to coaching and can they win it for us?
Right.
Can Tomlin and company step up in big games, which they haven't done in how many years?
Yeah.
I can't tell you the last big game that the coaching staff has stepped up for us. Every time we've had a big game, it's been a collapse. It's been a blowout. Mostly in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Until they change their coaching ways, I don't see how the Steelers bring back another Lombardi to Pittsburgh. I don't. I don't think we are a Super Bowl winning team with Tomlin, but I could be proven wrong, and all I wish is to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
That's all I could say there. But in my opinion, it comes down to those three things. Steelers have to change their coaching ways. You have to build the line, and you have to fix the holes on defense.
There's plenty of more of other, ways that Steelers could definitely, try to get back to a Super Bowl and get another Lombardi. But those are just, in our opinion, the three primary things that they got to fix and fill.
Yeah.
Because they are big holes to fill.
Yeah. And it's going to be a very...
and in this offseason, it's very important heading into the next year, the next step into the Kenny Pickett era. And you got to strike when the iron's hot.
You see what the Bengals are doing with Joe Burrow. He's still under a rookie contract. The second they have to start extending people like Burrow and Chase and Higgins and guys like that, then that team and their competitiveness and where they're at now might not remain. It probably will, but not as effective because they're going to run into big contracts.
I mean, you could say the same. You could say the same about Philadelphia.
Yeah,
Hurts is still in a rookie contract.
Exactly.
But look what they did for the guy.
We have to strike while the iron is hot while Kenny is still in a rookie contract. We already have the weapons around him. You guys already know. I don't have to sit here and list it. We have the weapons around him. Build him the line, fix up the defense, and the coaching cannot fail Kenny. It's as simple as that. But this is the Steelers, and simple is not really in their vocabulary.
It's really not, no. Did you guys want to transition and talk about a guy who actually left this last week and got a new coaching job?
Yes, Brian Flores, our senior assistant / linebackers coach, Brian Flores, is no longer with the team as he has accepted a defensive coordinator job in Minnesota. He's going to the Vikings.
Yes, well-deserved, well-honored, and I couldn't be more happy for the guy. It sucks that his tenure in Pittsburgh was short-lived. As was expected, we knew last year that he was going to be a candidate for a coordinator spot or a head coaching spot, and unfortunately, he's going to the Vikings. Unfortunately for us, good for him. He should be a head coaching candidate in a couple of years again, but even though his stint in Pittsburgh was very, very short, he still left some sort of impact on this team. He helped the rushing defense a little bit in terms of statistical ranking.
Yeah.
But even Kenny, man, he couldn't be more vocal about how Flores helped Kenny in his progression in his rookie year.
Yeah, especially in the later part of the season where he had two straight games back-to-back in game-winning drives with the Ravens and the Raiders.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest topics when he was pretty much looking to leave
Yeah.
was, did the Steelers make the right decision? Do you think they should have brought him in and hired him as the defensive coordinator over Austin? Do you think that should have been a thing, or do you think they made the right call by letting him sail off?
Well, see, that's a discussion where you're kind of cornered because you don't want to really discredit Terrell Austin.
Exactly.
You don't.
I agree. I actually agree.
Like, Austin actually did a very fine job in his first year as a
defensive coordinator.
In fact, ever since coming into Pittsburgh, he's helped the secondary immensely, and they just led the league in picks.
I wonder if some people are confusing him with Butler.
Yeah.
Like, I think some people actually think Butler is still the defensive coordinator because I don't know why you would even suggest.
Yeah.
And not to mention Flores, he wants to be a head coach. Yes. That's his ultimate goal.
And him going to Minnesota is definitely
it's the next
step in the right direction to being a head coach once again.
Yep, absolutely. Now, what that means for the Steelers coaching staff, because they now have a hole to fill, if they want to fill that hole, who they could bring in, I don't know. That could be anybody. But Flores is no longer a Steeler, but his stint in Pittsburgh left a pretty good impact.
Yes, it did.
And hopefully that leaves the door open for something down the road. Whatever that is, hopefully Flores returns. But, yeah, I mean, replacing Austin with Flores, I get to keep Flores, but to demote Austin and to do him dirty like that just to keep Flores.
Especially when he's done pretty well.
Very well.
Yes, he has.
Very well. Now, you could argue he's the true DC with Tomlin still calling the shots and that rumor going around, even though Butler kind of confirmed it last offseason. But Austin, man, you can't deny that ever since he's come in, he has been a hell of an add to the coaching staff. So,
and the secondary.
So doing anything to just discredit him or do him dirty was not the right move. And the Steelers aren't the type of organization to do that. So
No, not even close.
But good for Flores, and hope he finds immense success in Minnesota and in the future for sure.
Of course.
Yeah, let's transition to the next topic, which is probably your favorite, Dan. The Steelers would like to keep Mitch Trubisky for another season.
You know what? I'm actually not that opposed. And the reason is because
even with that cap space?
No.
Cap.
Because he's projected to have a cap hit of $10.6 million.
That is not
That's not worth the return. That's not okay. That's way too pricey for Trubisky.
If I'm not mistaken, you really can't restructure a 1 year unless you extend him.
Yes.
And that would be he has 1 year left.
Because
right?
if they restructure, they're going to be hit with dead cap next year without him under contract.
Yeah, that's just not.
So you're right. They would have to assign him to a 1 year extension, no money added, to pretty much split the cap hit in half. Or you could cut him, save $8 million, and cut your losses. But then you're left with, who's our backup quarterback? Do you assign Mason? Does Mason leave? Which I couldn't blame him.
As a matter of fact, I heard a couple of weeks ago that Mason has no intention of wanting to stay in Pittsburgh.
I don't blame him. He was never given a fair shot. That's another topic for another day. But
neither was Rudolph.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Mason.
He never got his fair shot.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
No. That's what I said. I
really
couldn't
look
agree
at
more.
it. He really didn't. He really didn't.
And don't give me that 2019 bullshit, man. No. As long as Ben was the starter, there was no such thing as getting a fair shot.
No.
Come on. But, yeah, now you're stuck with who's our backup quarterback. You could bring back Dobbs.
Possible.
You could sign a veteran, kind of like a veteran presence, a mentor.
You could bring in Jacoby Brissett. You could bring in a Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, Jacoby Brissett's name.
You could bring in Cam
Newton? No.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Sorry.
Bring back Michael Vick at that point.
I'll take Michael Vick.
So would I.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
No, but I actually like the idea of a Dobbs or Brissett because Brissett's name's been tossed around for a couple years.
Yeah.
Especially with I think it was Matt Canada's connection with him in the past, which I'm not for all that connection shit because it's just stupid. It doesn't do any favors in the NFL.
Remember when we hyped up Anthony McFarland when he was with the roster?
Yes.
Not a practice squad player, added to the 53-man roster. We thought, McFarland's going to burst out. He didn't do anything.
Well, he did good in stepping in for
Stepping
Najee.
in, yeah, but it still wasn't enough to make him remain with the team.
You're right. But, yeah, who's our backup at that point? That's where the Steelers are stuck.
Yeah, if Mitch were to be released and we save $8 million, the backup quarterback position is another hole they got to fix.
Unless they do have a backup plan to back up Kenny, where that is bringing someone a familiar face. Bringing back Dobbs is not out of the picture.
No, it's not.
And I don't mind that. I've always been a Dobbs fan.
What if they drafted a new quarterback, maybe mid to late.
I could see that.
Yeah, I mean,
I could absolutely see that.
There could be some guys that slip.
And back to, filling holes in free agency, again, that would give them a lot more flexibility in the draft on who they may want to select.
Exactly.
Quarterback could be one of those selections.
Yeah, exact quarterback, edge, wide receiver, could be another tight end because we don't know what Gentry's future holds. I mean,
which I'm a fan of Gentry, and I have been for a while now.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But Mitch coming back, I'm not opposed, but under the current cap hit, it's not in favor. But honestly, man, it seems like the Steelers are trapped. Either cut your losses and find a new backup, or keep him under a cheaper cap hit, but settle with the dead cap for next year without him under contract, or just extend him like Justin recommended.
But here's the thing. Would Mitch want to be extended? Would he want to stay? Because he hasn't been too pleased about, his first season in Pittsburgh. It didn't go according to plan, his plan.
Well, he even said he wishes he didn't jump to the gun immediately. He wished he would have settled out some of his options at the start of free agency rather than just going with the first option.
Yeah.
And that's nothing against the Steelers. That's just him,
That's just how he felt after the season.
Yeah, that's him just wanting to explore options. So I don't know. But cutting Mitch for $8 million seems like a no-brainer. But as long as the Steelers have a new backup plan, then that's an easy decision.
Yeah. It really comes down to what they want to do.
And no. Because I don't know if anyone's putting it in the chat because there's a rumor going around. No, Deontay did not punch Mitch Trubisky. No.
Which is why we didn't cover it on the website. I know some people might have assumed we did.
No, that was completely false.
Yeah.
No, I put out a tweet kind of like, I think people didn't see the little emoji I put.
Yeah.
It was like an eyebrows.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, that doesn't sound right, but.
It just made no sense. It was stupid.
Well, Deontay never showed any violence like that. But also, wouldn't Deontay get benched?
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense, if Deontay's the guy punching somebody and then the other guy, the guy who gets punched.
Mitch is going to be benched because he got punched in the face.
Because our number one receiver doesn't like him.
That's just weird.
And then Deontay continues to play.
I think
he's allowed to punch people in the face and he continues to play. That doesn't make sense.
No.
What is this, Antonio Brown again?
I think what really happened was that the two just had a, screaming match in the locker room.
Yeah. What's that?
Nothing fucking out of the blue. It happens in the NFL quite often.
Yeah.
I still want to know what that giant hole in the locker room was that we saw a few years back.
I guarantee it, man. We know what that was.
Somebody went through a wall.
There was a legit big freaking hole in a wall in the Steelers locker room when we went to the draft party that one year.
Yeah, it was there, and it was very. Did we take a picture of that?
I swear one of us did.
I could have sworn you did with your camera.
I know Still Blondie definitely did. It's somewhere. It's somewhere.
We'll have to find that, bring it up again. But
no, that altercation with Mitch and
Deontay is fake news.
No,
I agree with Byron Nelson here. He says I'd rather bring in Brisket.
Yeah.
I think he showed that he's a solid backup. He even sometimes looks like starter quality.
I know. I've seen that a couple years, even with him in Indy.
Yeah.
So I mean,
especially Indy.
And worst case scenario, at least I trust Brissett.
Exactly.
So I mean, his name was tied to the Steelers last year. So I mean,
and he seems more adjusted to being a backup.
Yeah.
Because Mitch, I feel like Mitch thinks in himself that he may still want to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. Brissett, he seems fine with being a backup.
Yeah.
And stepping in if need be.
Yeah, I like the idea of bringing in Brissett. If we cut Mitch, which I feel like is a no-brainer, just because of the cap savings we'd save. So
yeah,
which we need for sure.
Yeah,
because it's a big offseason. Steelers got a lot of moves they got to do.
And hey, those moves and news like that will be coming within a couple short weeks, within next month, because free agency starts a month from now.
We will definitely be covering it not only on this channel but also over at SteelyEnsers.com.
Yep.
Which I guess I could show that off.
Yeah. And there's already a couple new articles up there. We put up a couple articles this week. I got a ton of ideas of what I'm going to write down for the upcoming weeks as the draft goes on. And, of course, once news comes around, once moves comes around, they'll just generate more ideas and more articles and stuff like that. So things are going to be popping in the next couple weeks and months, man.
Yeah, this last week was a little slow for us. I mean, there wasn't much news, but also we were focused on getting the podcast network up and running. And, this week we'll probably be doing the same, but we'll get more articles up this week. I know I will be.
Yeah. A lot of moving parts, but yeah, man, it's only growth from here for sure. Yeah. I'm excited about it, man. But I feel like it's a good time to transition into the winner
The winner of a Bob, who did you say that?
Jason Worlds.
There
Who
you
remembers
go.
that guy?
That's not. Jason Worlds was 93.
He was 97 before Hayward came in. Let's not remember.
Only you know that.
Let's not forget. Cam Hayward was 95 before Worlds gave him 97.
Look at that. That's a real fan right there, man.
Okay.
You're a fake fan, Dan.
Ike Taylor. Hines Ward.
We were
wasn't-
talking about Ike Taylor before.
Wasn't Hines Ward like 13 or something before transitioning in 86?
something?
Man, that would have been weird. That just sounds weird.
Anyway, Cam Hayward.
Cam
jersey.
Hayward.
And in case you don't believe me, Hayward. It's not Connor. It's Cam. So we're gonna announce the winner of the giveaway. Again, shout out to everyone in the Discord chat for joining us for the weekly predictions this year. Can we do it again next year, as we do every year, where we bring on guests from Discord chat, and whoever joins us is entered into a jersey giveaway. This year we felt like it had to be Cam. Next year we always try to improve on the previous year, which is, I mean, it's kind of hard to do because last year we did Troy and this year we did Cam, so it's kind of hard to improve on depending on the player.
But hey, we try.
We do try. But Cam Hayward, let's get into it right now, man.
All right, let's transition. Oh,
That's the wrong one.
That's the wrong one. Yeah, there we go.
You're fired.
I'm fired. Click to spin. Should I make them wait?
You should be able to just click the middle.
Or should I make them wait?
Where's the Jeopardy music?
I don't have it.
Shout out to Alex.
All right, here we go. You guys ready?
Click to spin.
Boom. Oh, boy.
And it is
State of the Steelers.
Shout
There you
out to him. Wow, man.
State of the Steelers, man.
Shout out to him, man. We did a couple collabs this year with State of the Steelers, which included the weekly predictions, man. So shout out to him. We'll get to him shortly, where we'll get his mailing info so we can ship this out. Congratulations to State of the Steelers. Again, huge shout out to him. Definitely go up to him and check him out for sure. Wow, man.
You know,
That's awesome.
I was just recently watching some of his content.
Yeah.
So, how cool is that?
I know, right? So shout out to him.
Yeah,
Congratulations, man. We'll get to you shortly, and we'll get this shipped out ASAP for sure, man. So congratulations. And again, to everyone that joined us this year, thank you. Can't wait to do it again next year. We might even have some reiterations of what to do next year, where kind of what we've been doing the past couple years, where we've been bringing on one guest weekly for every week. I don't know. Maybe this year, depending on how our timing is and our work schedule, which is very unpredictable at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm thinking before the games, possibly bring on members of the Discord chat for a weekly Wednesday night live where we just talk about the games and predict.
I think that
Something
would
like
be
that.
cool.
Yeah. Now, how we would orchestrate that, I don't know, but I'll talk to Discord chat. We'll get some thoughts, get some ideas out, but that's
we got plenty of time.
plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
Plenty of time. But again, shout out to State of the Steelers. Congratulations, and we'll get this shipped out ASAP, brother.
By the way, I just got to mention this. I forgot to mention at the beginning. Shout out to Dan and his Bill Cowher drip, man. Look at that.
Dan,
The
do
starter jacket.
the chin.
Hold on. The starter jacket, man. Shout out to Loose Cannon, man. A Browns fan from Cleveland, man. He gave us, we do a yearly Christmas gift exchange with him, and this year he gave Rob and I both starter jackets, which is awesome. I feel like I'm Bill Cowher right now. Power.
You got the gold hat. You got the, you trimmed last night. Look at that. Show the camera.
He was doing this the whole
at that.
time before stream.
Huh, put the book up. Get the smile going.
Just don't spit on me, man.
There you go.
Hold on. Time out.
Why did I even
Time
mention
out. I'll be right back.
What are you doing? Hold on. Oh, no. What are you doing?
Time out. I gotta do it.
it? Oh, no.
Oh, man, that's classic.
There you go.
Oh, God. I
That's
love
classic,
Cowher, man.
I love
A
Cowher.
reenactment there.
Shout out to Cowher. Yeah.
All right, let's transition to the final topic that we have planned. I'm sure you guys will engage with chat after this. Marcus Peters and Deron Payne rumored to be on the Steelers' radar.
Well, I'm gonna say this right now. The reason why Marcus Peters was brought up is because Andrew Filipponi,
Who, by the way, broke the news of Deontay and Trubisky.
was he the one that broke it?
Apparently, he was.
Now, I'll give him some credit. He's the one that broke the Acquashire Stadium news. But no, Marcus Peters sucks, okay? He is not coming to Pittsburgh. He should not come to Pittsburgh. He should not be on the radar. He is a bum. He is the most overrated corner I've ever seen. No.
Damn,
That is a hell no.
You're pretty vocal about
It's a
it.
hell no to Marcus Peters. I don't believe the rumor, but to anyone that even thinks of it, no.
No, Marcus Peters is not what the Steelers need. He's not a lockdown. He's 30 years old, going to be 31 by the time next season
he's an
starts.
overrated bum. He sucks.
He can stay on Baltimore. George Pickens can roast him, okay?
Yeah, really.
And I mentioned that on Twitter yesterday on our SteelTwins account. I said, it doesn't make much sense to go after a guy, especially, he's getting old, right? I understand, let's get a veteran. No, you need youth.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
We need youth, and again, the draft is very deep. So
very deep in corner, man.
So, yeah.
And again, going back to Austin, shout to him. You see what he's done for his secondary since he's come in? I actually trust our progression for cornerback under him.
Yeah, because our
under him and Grady Brown, our secondary coach.
Yeah,
I trust.
But previously, when Carnell Lake was our defensive back
yes,
coach, great Steeler. He was a great Steeler back in the '90s, but he could not develop.
No,
he was not a good defensive back coach.
No, but under our new administration for the secondary, I trust those guys to build cornerbacks. So my fear for drafting cornerback and our just poor reputation of it.
Yeah,
I'm not.
You're not concerned about it.
Exactly.
And I'm right there with you.
But Daron Payne, that is an absolute yes, sir. The only concern is obviously how much is he going to get paid, and he's going to get paid a lot. Are the Steelers willing to pay him that much? Are they willing to invest more money into the defense, which is already the highest paid in the league, which is mostly due to Hayward, Minka, and Watts extensions, and soon to be Highsmith
then you would add Daron Payne to that list, to which he's deserving. He broke out with 11.5 sacks with the Commanders.
And he is what we need interiorly.
Not to mention, I don't know the cap space for Washington, but you got to imagine they're going to be throwing some bread towards his direction. And the question is, and we already know the answer, are the Steelers going to outbid Washington? I don't think so.
No.
And then it would come down to, does Payne want to play with Washington, or does he want to come to a defense that has, his historic values and
players around it and everything.
Exactly.
But also, he's going to be one of the top free agents.
Yes, he is.
So he's going to get offers everywhere.
Yeah, and some players, it's not about winning, it's about the money. Unfortunately, that's just reality. We'd like to think that everyone's, like Tom Brady and wants to win Super Bowls every year, but some guys really do just care about the money up front.
Yes.
So, rightfully so, too. They put their health on the line.
They really do. As we see, pretty much every year, serious stuff happens.
Yeah.
But Daron Payne would be great. He is definitely someone the Steelers should have on their radar and aggressively try to make. He is one of the few splashes that we would adore the Steelers. All three of us. In fact, everyone else in chat would adore to grab. The concern is obviously, can we afford it? Do the Steelers want to invest more into the defense?
Yeah.
It's a necessity. It's absolutely worth it. That's up to the Steelers.
It is up to the Steelers, man.
Yeah. But it's also they have to create cap in order to do it, which, again, that's going to come in a couple short weeks and months because in a month's time, free agency going to start, and news is going to start rolling. And the future of this team is really going to – we'll see what it looks like. But I have high optimism for sure.
Yeah, but we were pretty excited last offseason, so.
Yeah, and Colbert went out really well.
He did, but I don't know why, I just have more faith this season.
Same.
Than I did last year.
Same.
So.
Same, I really do.
How about that transition? We were negative for a couple months here, and now we're starting to
move
on.
And the reason for that is because now Colbert did a lot of non-Kevin Colbert things last year, but now that he's really out the picture and we have someone new at GM and an assistant GM at that, God, the floodgates could be open. And honestly, we don't know what to expect.
It truly is a different offseason. It is. And I don't think people realize it just yet. We're still, and by we, I mean a lot of the fans are still banking on what they've done for years. It's truly the first time we have no idea what is going to happen.
Yeah. Now, it could be the same thing they've been doing the past couple of years. It could be like last year where we're all surprised and shocked and happy.
Yeah, this could be. This is a completely different administration with Omar Khan and Andy Weidel. And based off what Omar Khan did before the season started, extending Boswell, extending Minka, extending Johnson, signing Larry Ogunjobi when the defensive line was a big need after Tuitt retired.
Yep.
He made some aggressive moves before the season. Now
imagine him
with a full offseason and free agency and draft.
I'm excited. I'm very excited.
With Andy Weidel assisting him. To which, how many times have we said it? He's a big part of why the Eagles are playing in the Super Bowl today.
Exactly. So I'm very excited, and although it's going to suck not watching football every Sunday, and I got to figure out what the heck I'm doing on Sundays now because I'm just bored.
Last of Us.
Yeah,
Well, I
Last of
actually
Us.
had an idea yesterday. I haven't talked to you guys about it, and I'm okay talking about it publicly here.
Okay, this is totally.
Yeah, it's well,
Out of blue.
We kind of had these discussions before, but I thought about us starting a SteelTwins gaming channel.
Oh, yeah. You tagged us on Twitter playing.
Yeah, like a whole new channel where the three of us, whenever we're available, we play like games, whatever it may, Madden, whatever. And I don't know. We'll have to give it some thought
Yeah,
because it's going to be a long summer.
it is gonna be a long summer.
Well, I know you two have been playing Fortnite recently.
Yes.
I don't play Fortnite. I don't have the app. I don't
Well,
play
we
Call
just
of
invested in some Steelers drip, man.
Yeah, it's actually kind of fire.
We got the Steelers logo backpack. We got the uniform, the color rush.
Okay,
I
that's
got the gritty going.
okay, but I know how Fortnite is, and it's a bunch of bullshit.
I know it's bullshit.
Swear
but I
jar
still play.
twice.
Which, by the way, yeah, I gotta calculate what's in there, which I think is close to $84.
Yeah, actually, we should bring that up. We were talking about that as well.
Yeah.
You guys got another giveaway.
We do. When that will be announced, it's gonna be soon, probably in the next live stream. What I have to do is I gotta calculate how much is in there, and however much is in there, I'm gonna put into something nice. It could be another signed jersey, which is what I'm probably gonna do. Something with that amount is gonna be the giveaway. I want it to be something nice, and we gotta figure out how we're gonna do the giveaway. It's probably gonna be on the Steel Yinzers website.
Yes.
We'll figure out how to do it and how to get you guys entered and all that good stuff. But
Question is it going to be for anybody or just members?
STN members?
Yes.
Probably anybody.
Okay.
Probably anybody. But we will have STN member giveaways as well, since, we're going to be doing giveaways on the Steel Yinzers website a little more often. So,
Yep.
yeah. That's another perk for the STN members, which unfortunately I can't put on the YouTube because YouTube abides by that.
Right.
In fact, we don't have good history with doing giveaways with YouTube. Because
Yeah, we actually got an actual strike on our channel.
Yeah,
one
because
time.
we gave away a Ryan Shazier giveaway for the 5,000 subscriber giveaway. And so that's why we're doing the giveaway on the Steel Yinzers website. We'll buy a plug-in to pretty much set all that up. But,
And we'll actually probably really promote it through Twitter
yes.
versus YouTube because we don't want any more issues with them.
No, specific links and stuff could get us in the doghouse, and we don't.
Which is why you guys need to be following the Steel Twins on Twitter at SteelTwins. Is it just at SteelTwins?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, cool.
And also at Steel Yinzers, where you can find Justin Ossott's Twitter as well, which, all that information's on the Steel Yinzers website and Twitter, so definitely go search all that up.
Yeah, I'd rather people follow the Steel Yinzers
Yeah,
Twitter than my personal because I don't even know if I'll keep that in the long run.
right.
Yeah.
I don't see the purpose. But, yeah, there you go. Follow Steel Twins and follow Steel Yinzers if you guys want to be a part of these giveaways.
Yep.
Because we're going to be doing website giveaways as well. So.
Yep. So a lot of cool stuff is going to happen throughout the offseason, man. Hopefully the Steelers bring a lot of good stuff with it as well. So otherwise, we're going to get on out of here. We're going to have a good time today. We're going to enjoy the Super Bowl, watch it from the couch, but a lot of stuff's going to be made tonight.
Do you guys want to give them your picks, your final picks for today?
My final picks.
Final picks, man.
Philadelphia Eagles 33-30.
Okay.
Going Eagles.
Well, I'm going Eagles as well.
The specifics, I can't even say it. Holy crap. The specific reason why is because Mahomes won MVP.
Do you believe in an MVP, Kurt?
Yes. No, every MVP that has, or any player that won MVP that played in the Super Bowl has not won it since Kurt Warner in 2000.
Oh.
That's an interesting stat.
Very
Kurt Warner again lost it. Cam Newton lost it. Peyton Manning lost it twice.
Didn't
Tom Brady lost it to Philly.
Philly.
Mahomes going to fall to it. I truly
Okay,
believe
well,
that.
the reason why I'm going Eagles is because I think the Eagles are just too dominant. They are so stacked. Every game I've watched, the
That's
Eagles
it.
play, which has unfortunately been one of the Steelers games, it has been just dominance. They have shown zero restraint, zero vulnerability. I'm not saying that they are invulnerable, but they're so stacked. And honestly, man, I just think the Eagles are just the better team, and I think Hurts is going to win MVP.
Yeah.
I just see a big game from Hurts tonight. I don't know why. I wasn't a big fan of him coming out of Oklahoma and Alabama and all that, but
I don't know. I see one from A.J. Brown.
really.
I think A.J. Brown may do it.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some money on the Eagles for sure.
I was going to say.
Yeah, what bets are
and-
you two going to do? Because I'm not a betting man.
Well, I'm going to say this, and I hope that me speaking it into existence doesn't really curse me, because I kind of did that with LeBron, and all he needed was 2 points.
I feel so bad because you asked me.
I put 60 on LeBron to get 40 in the game that he broke Kareem's record. He got 38. I need him to make one more shot.
Yeah, that fourth quarter, he...
And how much would you have won?
$230.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And I would have put that into the Super Bowl where I could have bounced that to more.
Yeah, we're going to be doing some parlay. We're going to do some interesting stuff. We might even tweet out our picks for tonight. Yeah.
And I'm going to laugh when you guys don't win or if both don't win.
Well, I'm not even going to...
I won $1,000 in this very house.
You did.
So, I like my chances.
Last year for the Chiefs and Bills divisional round game, where it went in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
So, hopefully there's some magic rolling around.
And the Bengals game, too. I won
Yeah, you did.
I forget how much it was. Yeah. It was like 800 or some shit.
I don't know. Hopefully I can win some. I'm actually not going to put my bets into existence because I don't want it to curse. But I do like the odds. But I'm definitely betting on the Eagles money line. That's for sure. Otherwise,
I don't know if I'm doing money line. I might just stick to.
I don't know. I'm confident with the Eagles tonight, man. Otherwise, yeah, I think we're gonna get on out here. We're gonna go enjoy some a lot of food today.
A lot of food.
A lot of food. Enjoy the game. Don't get too messed up. Don't get too riled. If you are a Chiefs, if you're an Eagles fan, good luck.
Best of luck to you, man. Have a good game.
It should be a great one. Eagles, Chiefs, man. That is one type of Super Bowl.
One more thing before we head out. I keep seeing J&J wants to know where the Discord is.
Yes, that is a perk for the STN members because before everything,
he is a member, so
yeah. But before everything, you
put the link out
in the description, but obviously that brought bots and scammers and all that. So we were like, you know what? Let's just put it in the membership. And for those that become STN members, whether it's STN, STN Plus, you guys get the exclusive link to the Discord chat. So
we'll put it up after. If it's not there, we'll pin it or something.
Yeah.
So just look for the community tab. I believe it's memberships community tab on YouTube.
Yes. So it's there for you, and pretty much as you know, because of the jersey giveaway, anyone extra that joins us for the Discord and for the weekly predictions, you guys will be entered in that as well. So
yep.
There you have that. Otherwise, definitely on your way out, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Check out Steel Yinzers. Follow us on Twitter at SteelTwins and at Steel Yinzers. Otherwise, we're going to get on out of here. And the podcast, the first episode of the Steelers Standard Podcast, which may not be the final name, but I'm kind of liking it.
I kind of like it too. So
the Steelers Standard Podcast, first episode will be out this Friday. And our mock, the Steel Twins' first official mock, will be out this week. I feel like it's kind of finalized, but we're going to continue to just look around, see what the mid-round picks are going to be because the first 4 picks are already finalized. So
yeah, small teaser, offensive lines.
Yeah.
Heavily prioritized.
Yeah, so you guys can look forward to that this week. Otherwise, we're going to go out here. Enjoy the game. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. And hopefully I win some money.
I hope so, too. I hope I win some money tonight.
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm not betting. I'm just going to enjoy the game.
You guys have a great one.
Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Peace!